Welcome back to For the Record. This week, Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway unveiled her nearly $453 million executive operating budget. According to her, it includes the lowest tax increase in 40 years. That means for the average home, property taxes will increase by about $30 a year. But that's compared to last year's roughly $230 a year when voters approved a levy limit increase. We sat down with the mayor this week to discuss what made this year's budget different. Obviously, last year, we had the referendum. This year, a lot more modest in comparison. So how did last year's budget set you up for this one?
We had a different conversation this year because we were able to look at, because of both the referendum and a little bit of an increase from the state funding, and we were able to look at really keeping the increase in taxes quite low, and then also strategically adding a few new investments and services.
And so last year, the levy limit was the big challenge. What was the big challenge for this year?
So the big challenge for this year was the expenditure restraint limit. And so the state gets us coming and going. They limit how much we can raise in revenue in a number of ways, including the levy limit, most prominently. They also limit how much we can spend with the expenditure restraint limit. And so if we exceed a certain level of spending, we lose a very significant amount of state funds. So that was really what we were keeping our eye on in this budget, and what the council will have to keep its eye on as it goes through the rest of the budget process and makes decisions.
And so I also want to talk about last year, departments at the city level were requested to reduce their budget by about 1%.
Yes.
This year was about 0.75, I believe.
Yes.
Can you talk to me about why the reduction?
Yeah, so we felt like we were in a slightly better financial situation, and that we were able to ease up a little bit on making departments manage to a 99% budget. It's 0.25%, so it's not a whole lot that they get, but I think they were grateful for a little bit more flexibility.
And so your budget also increases support for Metro Transit by about 35%. How will that impact services for Madison riders?
So at this point, we have a new Metro General Manager coming on, and I want to give her a chance to dig in and get to know the service and the folks, and make her own decisions about what direction we're going in next. But I think what folks should expect to see over the next year or so is really just sort of settling into all of the huge changes that we've made over the past couple of years. So we did a whole route restructure. We launched Bus Rapid Transit. We have a new type of bus. We have a new bus barn. We have a new software system. We have a new payment system on the buses. So we've done a lot of change in a pretty short time. And so I think really the next phase at Metro is settling into that change, making sure everything's working, making sure that we're addressing any kinks, and that we're really tracking the rider experience and making sure that people are having a good experience riding on our buses.
And with such a growing community too, I mean, housing has been a really big issue in Madison. Can you talk me through a little bit projects, plans for that going forward? I know that's something you've talked about previously.
Yeah, absolutely. So we, this budget continues to invest significantly in our affordable housing fund, and I project that we will continue to do that for years, because that's the funds that we use to catalyze projects to support affordable housing in particular.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us, Mayor. We appreciate it.
Well, thanks for helping to educate people about the budget. If folks are interested, entire budget from soup to nuts is posted at cityofmadison.com. Really encourage people to dig in and to share your thoughts with our office, but more importantly with the folks on the City Council, since now my budget will go to them. They will have a chance to amend it before they adopt it in November.
You can find the full interview on channel3000.com. For the Record, we'll be back right after this.